Namaste, everybody. Welcome to this beautiful, sacred practice. As we begin our practice this morning, I just want to say a couple thank yous. Thank you to Chelsea Piers for putting this wonderful charity class on the summer solstice together. But also thank you to all of you who donated today to take this class. Right? Inside this practice of yoga, there's one of the strongest weapons we have is compassion. It's the second key in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras for a graceful, easy life. Right? So he says, in the keys to leading a graceful life, there's 5 of them, right? Number 2 is compassion for the unhappy. He tells us if you're able to make someone happy by giving your half a loaf of bread, give them the loaf of bread, right? It's that simple. So to understand that compassion is a very strong, powerful thing. Keep it going, right? Donate money here, do something compassionate after this practice. Take this into the rest of your day, take this into your weekend, right? As yogis and yoginis, we understand that forgiveness is incredibly important. Unconditional love is incredibly important. Compassion is incredibly important. With that being said, we are going to take this beautiful summer solstice class to our own degree, understanding your physical body shifts from day to day. One day you're really flexible, the next day not so much. If you listen to where your body is and what your emotional body, your mind says, you're going to come to this place of balance, right? That's what I'm shooting for you. You'll also understand that the emotional body, our minds, one day I'm feeling really compassionate, one day I'm feeling really greedy. Mike, what am I supposed to do? You're supposed to find balance right in the middle of it. So understand that, right? Listen to your body, and you'll get the most out of this practice this morning. Let's come to a comfortable seat, and that could mean a million different things. You could have the legs straight out in front of you. You could come to a cross-legged seat. I'm sure some of you have a really high-level practice and have lotus or half lotus. So coming to a comfortable seat, we're going to place our hands on our knees. We're going to lightly touch our thumb and index finger together. We're going to draw back on the knees, lengthening the muscles of the back, rolling shoulders away from ears and broadening chest. And if they're not closed already, we'll close the eyes. And as we begin our practice, I want you to start to notice everything is energy. I want you to notice the energy of the walls, your environment, the ceiling, the sky, the floor, the earth. Noticing all the energy that surrounds you. Noticing that same energy within the physical body. Noticing the energy of the right arm. Noticing the energy of the left arm. Noticing the energy of the right leg. Noticing the energy of the left leg. Noticing all the energy within the spinal cord from tailbone to back of skull. And noticing all the strength, all the courage that lies within the back of the body. Bringing your awareness to the center between the 2 eyebrows, 6th chakra, mind's eye. Bringing your awareness to the center of your heart, anahata, 4th chakra. Fully aware of all the energy of the physical body. Fully aware of the energy of the emotional body, the mind. Just witnessing the thoughts as they move through. Noticing which feeling or emotion is strongest within you right now. And being okay with it. If you're happy, just allow yourself to be relaxed and happy. If you're a little anxious or angry or tired, allow yourself to be tired. But just being for the next 50 minutes. Just as you are. Noticing in-breath through nose. Noticing out-breath through nose. Just focusing on that, not shifting it, not straining the lungs at all. Just witnessing the in-breath and the out-breath through the nose. Fully aware of the energy of your environment. Fully aware of the energy of the physical body. Fully aware of the energy of the emotional body. Fully aware of the energy of breath. And now, our easy yoking, or drawing together, or yoga as we call it, has begun. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, parting the lips and exhaling out. Nice. Let's do that once more. Let's take a deep breath in. Let's part the lips and let it go. Awesome. Let's open the eyes. We're just going to straighten the legs out in front of you. I'm going to tilt this down. And you're going to give the legs a really, really good shake out. Let's place the hands behind the back. And if I didn't say it already, my name is Mike Cawley, and it's my absolute privilege to lead this practice. Tall spine. We're just going to get a little plantar flexion and dorsiflexion going. So you're going to point the toes forward. You're going to pull the feet back. Nice. Let's do that 3 more times. Plantar flexion, dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, dorsi, and just one more time for me, right? Beautiful. Pulling the feet back. We're going to make these nice broad circles in one direction with the ankles. Let's pause. Let's make nice broad circles in the other direction. Beautiful. Let's pause. Let's come back to center. Let's do 2 rounds of toe crunches. So we're going to go 1 release, 2 release, 3 release, 4 release, 5 release, 6 release, 7 release, 8 and hold. Spreading all the toes nice and wide. Let's relax the feet. Nice. Let's do that again. Let's go 1 release, 2 release, 3 release, 4 release, 5 release, 6 release, 7 release, 8 and hold. And spread all the toes nice and wide. And relax the feet. Nice. Let's bend that left knee. And as you bend the left knee, we're going to take our forearms behind the left thigh. Let's bring that left leg up. And we're just going to make circles in one direction with that left leg. So this is my warm-up. 6 days a week. I get up, 6:30 in the morning. I start doing this. I do my chanting. Let's pause. And let's go the other direction. So just maybe you're able to remember some of this. Let's pause. And you have a warm-up for the morning too now. Let's grab the outside edge of that left foot, outside edge of knee, cradling the leg. And then I make these circles with my left heel around my right knee, just starting to warm up and bring a little bit of synovial fluid, blood and circulation into that left hip. And I pause and I make those circles in the other direction. Nice. I pause. 2 options here. Interlacing the hands behind the thigh and just straightening, or outside edges of the foot and straightening. Nice. Let's bend that knee. Beautiful. Let's use our breath a little here too. Let's inhale, straighten that leg. Let's exhale and bend. Beautiful. 2 more for me, right? Inhale and straightening. Exhale and bending. Beautiful. 1 more time for me, right? Inhale, straightens. Exhale, bends. Beautiful. We release that leg and we repeat that same process on the right side. Bending the right knee, interlacing hands or forearms behind leg. Leg is nice and loose. And then we just make these nice slow circles in one direction, really warming up that knee nicely. Let's pause and let's make slow circles in the other direction. Beautiful. Let's pause, outside edge of foot, outside edge of knee, and then you're just going to make these circles with that right heel around that left knee, right? So you start to warm up the inner hip and you start to get all that good stuff going on that side. Let's pause and go in the other direction. Beautiful. Let's pause. Two options here again. Interlacing hands behind thigh, outside edges of foot. But on your next inhale, let's straighten that right leg. Beautiful. Exhale, bends. Two more of those for me. Inhale and straightening. Exhale and bending. And just one more time. Exhale and bending. We're going to bend that left knee. Bring the foot to the mat. Let's bend the right knee. Bring the foot to the mat. Let's kick the feet behind you. And let's make our way into a neutral tabletop position. So in my neutral tabletop, I bring my hands under my shoulders, knees under my hips. And when I start this up, usually around 6:30 or so in the morning, this is the first time I really work my breath into my practice. So I want you to take a nice, comfortable breath in when we come into extension. So let's draw shoulders back. Let's inhale, drop spine, look up. And on your exhale, you're going to round, 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 round. Two more of those for me, right? Inhale, extending spine, dropping it. And on the exhale, you're going to push away. You're going to round, tucking the tailbone under, letting the head go. One more for me, right? Deep breath in, dropping spine, shoulders roll back. Exhale, rounding, 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 rounding. Nice, let's come back to neutral. Let's walk the hands out in front of you a little. Let's curl the toes under. We're going to press back and up to our first down dog, but we're going to continue to warm up the body. So I push it back and up to down dog. Once we get here, we're all going to bend that right knee so the left leg can straighten. I never force the left leg down. I just straighten it and let that left heel drop organically. I relax my head and neck. And I take a few cycles of breath here, feeling that back of left leg warm up. I really start connecting with the left side of my body, the moon side of the body, the feminine, the passive, and seeing how that feels today. Remember, it's a complete balancing practice we're taking part in here. Let's bend the left knee, straightening the right leg. So you start to get that same warm-up stretch on the right side of the body, but you also start to feel how that sun side of the body is today, the masculine, the energetic, completely balancing out the right and left hemispheres of bodies. Nice, everybody. I want you to bend both knees gently. I want you to push into the mat so you get a little more length in your rib cage. To your degree now, you're going to straighten the legs. That might mean you have a bend to the knees, remember. Some people might have a little less of a bend. Some of you might have a really broad downward facing dog. And both legs are nice and straight. Two cycles of breath. Okay, let's take a deep breath in. Let's look forward to the front of your mat. On the exhale, you're going to softly walk the feet between the hands. And here, we're going to grab opposite elbows for this really gentle forward fold. Feel free to have a bend to the knees. Don't think you have to have the legs straight. If the backs of the legs are still tight, bend the knees. We're all going to grab opposite elbows and just ragdoll over the thighs. We'll sway softly from left to right. Maybe switching the cross of the arms so the non-dominant arm is on top, and then folding a little deeper over those thighs, and just gently swaying from left to right. Nice. Let's release the hands to the mat. Let's all bend the knees gently, and let's roll up one vertebrae at a time. Nice. So let's come to standing. We're going to bring our feet just under the hips. And we did a really nice job of warming up the lower torso. So let's do the same thing to the upper torso. Let's bring our fingertips to the tops of our shoulders. And you're just going to make these nice slow circle with those elbows in one direction. Beautiful. Let's pause. Let's make circles in the other direction. Very nice, everyone. Let's pause. Let's bring the feet a little more than hip distance apart. Let's raise the hands up. I want you to take that left hand to the right wrist, and then I just want you to pull it over for a side bend. You're going to look under that right tricep, and you're going to get this really nice lateral flexion in, and you're going to breathe deep into that right lung, right? So you're going to take these comfortable breaths in, so you feel that right lung expanding and the right rib cage pushing out. And then what happens is that whole side body, all the intercostal muscles get a nice big stretch. 2 more. Nice, everyone. Let's come back to center. Let's take that left wrist with the right hand. Let's pull it over to the opposite direction. And then I look under that tricep, and I take 2 cycles or 3 cycles of breath here. Always remembering a cycle of breath inside the yoga practice is a complete inhale and a complete exhale. Nice. Let's do 1 more together, right? Nice big breath in. Nice slow breath out. Okay, let's release the hands down by the hips. So you're going to turn horizontal on your mat, and you're going to take a wide-legged stance. When we do this, this is not about folding forward if you've never done this with me before. It's just about warming the body up a little more. We're going to interlace our hands behind our low back. Nice. And then I'm going to start to fold forward. Halfway down is fine. Now, you might have really tight shoulders or shoulder injuries, so the hands don't come much off the low back. That's fine. But lifting the hands up to your degree, I try to lengthen the back of the body, right? So I'm not really rounding here. And then I determine how far I go down. Remember, I've already warmed up with this once this morning, so I'm able to drop in pretty nice here. But take this to your degree, and you're going to give me 3 more cycles of breath. And 1 more, everybody. Okay, next inhale pulls you all the way back up. Let's step the feet together, toes and heels touch, hands by hips, palms face forward, fingers spread. My heart lifts tall, my chest broadens, and I close my eyes. And for just a moment, you notice the balance. The balance over the physical energy, the balance of the emotional energy, the mind, and that breath that ties it all together. I want you to take just a few cycles of breath here through the nose and notice this beautiful feeling that's starting to happen within the body and mind. All from just being a little compassionate. Okay, let's open our eyes. Let's continue our warm-up. Let's come to the top of your mat, and we'll take 1 round of Surya Namaskar, or sun salutation. So let's bring our hands to heart center. Beautiful. And then you're going to inhale and reach those hands towards the sun, and the exhale is going to fold you over the thighs. Beautiful. You're going to inhale halfway up to a flat back, and the exhale is going to step you back to a high plank. You're going to lower the knees to the mat. The elbows bend, the chin and chest lower to mat. You straighten the legs, you inhale through to a very low cobra. Beautiful. And then we curl the toes under, and we meet back in a second downward facing dog. Now, this second down dog, you can have the knees bent. That's fine. Just remember, respect what your body says for you to do this morning. And that might mean that the backs of the legs are bent. Like me, you might be able to straighten the legs a little more and find this really nice, broad downward facing dog. A few cycles of breath here, everybody. Can you give me 2 more cycles of breath, making more space? And 1 more, making just a little more space for me. Deep breath in, looking forward to the front of the mat. On the exhale, you're going to walk the feet between the hands. And then you're going to inhale and reverse that swan dive all the way up. And then exhale brings it all into heart center. Nice. So toes and heels touch. Let's leave the hands right at that fourth chakra on a Hands are at prayer position. I actually rest my thumbs right against my sternum and I close my eyes. That's it. That's all you have to do if you wanted to start a daily yoga practice. I added in a couple chants, a couple prayers, but that alone is amazing. Beautiful. Let's continue bringing this body into this balance this morning. Let's come to the top of the mat, hands to hips. And then you're going to take that left leg, and you're going to step the left foot 3 to 3.5 feet back. My left foot's on a slight angle, and I'm going to turn my hips to face the front of my mat. I'm going to bend my right knee over my right ankle. Nice. Let's try that again. Let's straighten that right leg. Nice. And let's bend the right knee right over that right ankle. Beautiful. Now, we're going to come into Warrior One. You can leave the hands on the hips. Hands can come up to goalpost. Hands can come up above the head. It's really up to you, right? But we're going to relax the shoulders. Beautiful. And we're going to take a few cycles of breath here. Nice full breath in. Rib cage lifts, lungs inflates. And then that beautiful balanced exhale, right? Where you feel all that energy starting to release. Beautiful. 2 more breaths for me, everybody. And 1 more. Okay, let's bring the hands to heart center. Nice, let's straighten that right leg. Let's turn right foot parallel with left. Let's widen our stance a little. Let's bring the hands to the hips. Nice. We're not coming all the way down for a forward fold here. You're going to inhale, look up for me. And on the exhale, you're going to hinge forward from the hips, pausing halfway, fingertips to mat. Once you're here, you're going to walk both hands over to that left foot. So I'm coming into this nice big side bend here. Now, I actually walk my right hand out a little further than the left, and I pull my right hip back just to deepen the stretch. But a little goes a long way here, so we're all going to take 2 more cycles of breath. And 1 more. Let's walk the hands back to center. Let's walk both hands over to that right foot, walking that left hand out just a little further. And then you're going to give you 2 nice cycles of breath right into that left lung. And again, pulling that left hip back, you'll start to feel that stretch intensify. Nice, everybody. We walk the hands back to center on our fingertips. Let's start to heel toe those feet so they come back under the hips and make a really nice firm foundation. Hands to hips, inhale brings you up. Beautiful. Let's bring the feet under the hips. Let's bring those arms wide like wings of an eagle. Okay. I'm going to give the first option, the easier one first. So what's going to happen is you're going to bring that right arm under the left and you're just going to grab your shoulder. Right? So now we're getting this big stretch for those trapezius muscles. What's option 2? Hands come out nice and wide like Garuda's wings, and then we bring the right arm underneath the left for Garuda Asana arms, right? Okay. Then I'm going to make this a little tougher for myself. You can stay here, or you can take that right foot to the outside of it. So all I did was take that right leg, balance on right fingertip. I bend that left knee and I lock it in. Now I'm in eagle posture, right? Anything upwards of here is just up leveling stuff, right? So you might pick that foot up, you might take that foot behind the calf, and you give me a few more breaths. So when we take this posture, we pay homage to Garuda, the mythical eagle, right? The celestial eagle that in the story of the Ramayana came down and helped save his friends Rama and Lakshmana. Beautiful. Let's come back up. Let's bring that right foot to the outside of the left. Let's open our wings wide like Garuda's wings. Let's bring that left arm under the right for option 1, grabbing opposite shoulder blades. Nice. We know option 2 is going to be bringing left arm under right for Garuda Asana arms. Beautiful. And we bring that left foot to the outside of the right minimum. And then I bend that knee and I lock it in. Beautiful. Once I'm here, I decide, do I pick that foot up a little? You don't have to. You've automatically entered the posture just doing the arms. Maybe you tuck the foot behind the calf and you give me a few more cycles of breath. 3 more from you, everybody. 2. Okay, nicely done. Let's slowly come up. Let's unwrap the legs. Let's take the arms nice and wide like Garuda's wings. This time we're going to interlace the fingers, press palms forward. Let's raise the hands up towards the ceiling. Palms face the ceiling and you push them up. Beautiful. Shoulders relax. How much length can you make from ankle to armpit? Can you feel each inhale letting it stretch out a little more? 2 more breaths here. Okay. I bet you want to work the chest too, right? We did the shoulders, so we might as well do the chest. Let's take the arms now and let's bring them behind the back, taking at least opposite wrists. So I'll turn around so you can see what's up with this. Opposite wrist is right here. Opposite forearms here, opposite elbows here. I'm just going for a stretch of pectoral major, pectoral minor. Up leveling from here is reverse prayer. Right? If I take reverse prayer though, I'm holding it for the whole time. So taking wrists, forearms, opposite elbows, nice tall back, reverse prayer, and let's hold for 10 cycles of breath. We'll switch the cross of the arms after 5. Reverse prayer, people, like we've been doing. You're hanging tough with me. Nice. 2 or 3 and 3 more cycles of breath. Can you close the eyes? For 10 seconds, can you allow the breath to be your sole focus? Just noticing in, out. If you have opposite wrists, forearms, or elbows, you're going to switch the cross of the arms so the non-dominance on top. Nice. And now another 5 cycles of breath. Reverse prayer, people. You're hanging tough with me, right? 3 more. Nice, everybody. Let's release the arms. Let's give the arms a really good shake out here. Let's release our shoulders fully. Let's bring the feet hip distance, hands to hips again. Let's inhale and look up. And on the exhale, you're going to fold forward, bending the knees if necessary, picking each foot up and sliding the hands underneath to your degree. Now, this might mean you just get the fingertips under the toes. You might get the toes to tickle the palms. You might get the toes to tickle the wrist, but really finding a place for the hands under the feet. And then you're going to start to straighten the legs and draw yourself into Padahastasana. By no means do you have to have the super straight-legged chest against thighs posture. Bend the knees and just have the fingertips. I just want to release those shoulders and wrists in the last posture. Couple more breaths here. Nice, everybody. Let's pick the feet up, taking the hands out from underneath. Nice. Let's bend the knees and roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Awesome. Toes and heels touch. Hands come to prayer position. We rest the thumbs against the sternum. And we notice, right? Notice the freedom and the space that's come into the upper torso. Nice. Notice the balance of the sun and the moon within the physical body, the feminine and the masculine. And how about the emotional body? Can you witness how it's just all right, just like it is? Let's keep getting stronger here this morning. Let's bring our hands to our hips. Let's come back to the tops of our mats. And this time you're going to step that right foot back 3 to 3.5 feet. We're coming right back to that warrior one, right? So the hips face forward. We bend the left knee over left ankle. Let's try that again. Let's straighten that left leg. And let's bend the left knee over left ankle. Beautiful. As we move into this warrior one, you can stay here. Hands can come to goalpost arms. Hands can come above head, shoulders relaxed. And then we take 5 nice cycles of breath. Full, nice inhale, lungs inflate. Slow exhale, lungs deflate. Ooh, can we find 3 cycles of breath of balance here? Can you close the eyes and find that balanced breath? Nice, everybody. Let's bring the hands back to heart center. Let's straighten that left leg. Let's turn left foot parallel with right. Let's bring the feet to a wide-legged stance, hands to hips. Okay, now we're going to drop into a wide-legged forward fold. So really, as far as you feel comfortable, inhale, looking up. And on the exhale, I hinge from the hips coming forward. Now I'm going to pause and just bring my fingertips to the mat. At this point, I can widen my legs a little, but you know, a lot of people think, like I've always said, you widen your legs to this huge amount, it kind of negates this posture. So widening them to a point where you feel a stretch occur, lengthening and drawing in. And you're going to stop when you start to feel that stretch at like a level 3, right? So if it's a 5, you know you're too far because you're grinding your teeth. Breathing here. Can we come back to that focal point of the breath now that everyone's in this posture? Can you take a couple cycles of breath where it's just this beautiful flow of energy, where there's no difference between the inhale and exhale, it's all the same. I read this beautiful poem by Kabir last week, where he asked, what's the difference between wave and water? Aren't they the same? Isn't it just a word that separates them? Nice, everyone. Let's press into our hands. Slowly, we're going to heel toe those feet back underneath the hips. When you have a firm foundation, hands come back to hips. Inhale brings us up. Nice. Let's bring the feet kind of under the hips. Hands come to heart center. Nice. Let's just wait 1 second for our blood and circulation to come back to square one. Right? And that's one of the things I like to think about, like that Kabir poem. What's the difference between everything? My room I'm in, the body I'm in, the mind I'm in, my breath. Is it just words that separate all these things that we've learned over and over again since childhood? Is there a way to be one? I don't know. We'll get there. We'll try to at least. Let's bring the left heel to the right ankle. So we're going to come into tree pose. So tree pose 1 is right here. Perfectly cool. Tree pose 2, I bring the sole of foot to cat. Tree pose 3, I reach down, I take my ankle and bring the sole of foot all the way up. Now today I'm able to accomplish this. Super cool. But know that not one of those options is better than the other. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. Maybe you raise the hands up. Maybe you touch the thumb and index finger to look super cool. And you take 3 or 4 breaths. 2 more. Okay, let's bring the hands back to heart center. Let's not lose this left leg yet, no matter what it is. Let's see if we can all float that left leg out in front of us. Let's straighten that left leg. Tall spine, and let's breathe for 5, 4. I know what a lot of you are thinking right now. You're like, I wish you had kept talking about that oneness idea. Let's lift that heel up a little more. 3, 2. Beautiful. Let's bend that knee. Let's bring the foot back to that. And then I like to pedal it out. All right, let's shift the weight over. Let's shift the weight to the left side, right heel to left ankle. Nice. Once we achieve tree pose 1, it's really like, where should I be going today? This is fine. Sole of foot to calf is fine. If you can achieve it, remember, you can bring the sole of foot to upper thigh. What I don't want to see is the foot on the knee, though. because time over time, you'll just keep damaging your knee. So, foot up. If you can grab tree pose 3, that's cool. For some reason, I can do it on this side today. Yeah, some days I can't. And then if you're feeling super hip like I am, we raise the hands to the sides. I touch my thumb and index finger together, and I take a few cycles of breath here. What's the difference between wave and water? Water rising is still water. Water falling back is still water. Isn't it just a word? Hands come back to heart center. We bring that thigh foot out in front of us. It floats. And then you straighten that leg for 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's lift it a little higher. Beautiful. Let's bring it down. Foot comes back to mat. Let's pedal it out. All right, toes and heels touch, hands are in heart center. We're on to that, you became your yoga teacher part of this practice. Let's bend the knees and sit down to Utkatasana or chair pose. Let's raise the hands above the head. Shoulders relax. Let's check out our toes. Can you see your toes? If you can't, I want you to pull the knees back a little, then recast the gaze. Beautiful. We'll stay for 10. 9. When you're in a pose you love, you might find it easier to control that breath. Can you have it be even and controlled here? 7. Can you find the balance? 6. Hands come to heart center, pausing. We're going to take the right tricep to the outside of the left thigh, moving into that twist. As you rotate into that twist, we're going to take a few cycles of breath here. Nice. Next inhale brings you back to center, hands at heart center. Let's take the left tricep to outside of right thigh, moving into twist. As I move into the twist, I rotate that left rib cage under. All right, don't come all the way up yet, okay? We're going to come back to center, knees bent, hands at heart center, pausing. Let's take our hands and interlace them behind the back. And now you're going to straighten the legs and fold over the thighs, relaxing the head and neck. If you're a little, unbalanced, you can bring the feet kind of hip distance. This is to your degree. You might only have the hands just a little bit off the sacrum. You're going to give me a few cycles of breath here. Okay, everyone, let's leave the hands interlaced. Inhale brings you all the way back up. Beautiful. You're going to take the top of that right hand and bring it around the left wrist. So hands stay interlaced, and I just brought it around. I'm going to drop that left ear towards my left shoulder. I'm going to close my eyes. And I'm going to take a few breaths into the right side of my neck, stretching out my levator scapula or the side of it. Few breaths here. Slowly and gently, I want you to bring the head back to center. I want you to take the hands behind the back again. Then you're going to bring the top of that left hand to the right waist. And you're going to drop that right ear towards the right shoulder. I'm going to relax my jaw. And I'm going to take a few nice cycles of breath here. Feeling that whole left side of the neck expand and release. Nice, everybody. Head comes back to center slowly. Let's release the hands. Let's give the arms a shake out. Let's find our way back to the tops of our mats. Let's bring our toes and heels to touch. Let's bring the hands to prayer position, resting the thumbs against the sternum once again. Let's close the eyes. Before we break this down and start our cool down, notice the balance that's occurring. Notice how, with just a little bit of effort, not only does the physical body come into alignment, that emotional body comes into alignment too, right? That breath comes into alignment. It's just easier to breathe comfortably. That's why I practice day after day, day after day. Times are hard, I practice. Times are easy, I practice, right? That thread doesn't get cut. One last time today. Let's go through another sun salutation for the summer solstice. Let's open the eyes. Let's inhale and sweep those hands toward the sun. Let's exhale and fold over those thighs. Inhaling to a flat back. On the exhale, you're going to step or jump back to that high plank once again. Lowering down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga if you have that. And then we're going to sweep through to that cobra. And we'll curl the toes under and meet up in downward facing dog. Now, downward dog should feel pretty good at this point. So let's see if you can make a little more space here, evening things out. Backs of the legs might still be bent, but also maybe you're someone that has straightened the legs out. So now you start to see the proof in the pudding, as we say, that this practice starts to create space, alignment, and open you up. Couple more breaths here. Nice, and for the first time today, let's take a deep breath in. The exhale is going to lower the knees to the mat. You're going to bring the knees wide. The big toes are going to touch, and you're going to push back to child's pose. So the hands press into the mat, hips pressed back towards heels, and we'll take a few cycles of breath here. Noticing in breath, noticing out breath. What's the difference? Isn't it just a word that separates it? Beautiful, I love that. Very gently, very slowly, let's sit you back up. As you come back up, it's really nice. You just lean over to the right, and you'll sweep the legs around the left, and we'll shake the legs out. Nice. So we're going to come into a twist. We're going to bend that left knee, left foot to mat. You're going to bring the left foot over the right leg. The main flat line is the twist here. You know how to add the hip on, please do. I'm just going to wrap that right arm around the leg, left hand behind the low back, and then I slowly move into the twist. I don't force it, I don't go quick. I use the breath to direct me. So let's take a nice slow inhale. And on the exhale, you're wrapping and twisting. Beautiful. A few more breaths here, everybody. Inhale lifts you up. Exhale wraps and twists. And one more time. Beautiful. Let's slowly come back to center, straightening that right leg. If it was bent, let's just uncross the legs. Let's do the opposite side. Let's bend the right knee, bringing that right foot over the left leg. You know how to add the hip on? Please do. Main plot line is the twist. So I'm going to wrap and twist over that right shoulder. Every inhale lifts me up. Every exhale rotates me towards my altar. 2 or 3 more breaths. Not forcing it, not rushing it, nice and steady. And one more. Beautiful. Coming back to center slowly, slowly. Let's slowly straighten the left leg if it was bent for that hip add-on. Let's straighten both legs out in front of us and shake them out again. Cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take my hamstring, which is that muscle at the back behind the quadricep, behind the leg. I'm going to grab it and roll it internally, right? Or rotate my quadriceps internally. That creates this really nice seat for me. Now it's to your degree again. Let's inhale and send the hands up. The exhale releases you over the legs, shins, ankles, outside edges of the foot. Maybe you can grab the big toes. But coming to a place where you're comfortable, relaxing the jaw. You could have the eyes closed or nice and soft with that gaze. Can you give me 10 seconds where that breath is your focal point. Just noticing in-breath and out-breath. No more than that needed. No more than that needed. Noticing in-breath, noticing out-breath. Very, very nice, everyone. Let's slowly release the big toes. You're going to gently roll yourself up. And you're just going to bend the one knee and then the other knee. And you're going to move yourself all the way forward on the mat. So you have the whole mat to work with in a moment. I still want to get one more twist in today. But until we get there, let's just wrap our hands around our legs. Let's drop our head in towards our knees. And let's give ourselves this really beautiful hug. A hug for being so compassionate this morning. That someone else's needs came before ours. That we came together as a tribe to really help some people out. Let's not let go of that feeling. Allow it to power you through the whole day. And if you're someone that's just found it a little harder these past couple days for whatever reason, I want you to hug yourself a little bit more, knowing there's so much inside as far as compassion, unconditional love. It's all there. We just need to tap into it. Very slowly, as effortlessly as a cool breeze or a soft breeze hitting a field, I want you to release the legs and roll all the way down onto your backs. I still want to get one pose in here, one twist on each side. But let's just take a moment, the back on the mat, soles of feet on the mat, the knees are bent. Just rest the hands against the low belly. Let's just take a moment here. Nice. Let's bring the hands out to a T. Let's drop both knees over to the right, and we'll just look over that left shoulder, starting to release that low back. And I want everything starting to soften, starting to slow down. Maybe finally now, everything on the physical and emotional level starts to become one and relax. Just maybe. Let's bring those legs back to center. Very gently, you're going to drop the legs over to the left, looking over your right shoulder. And you're going to take a few nice cycles of breath here for me. Once again, everything releasing, everything slowing down. Let's bring everything back to center slowly. Let's hug both knees into the chest, curling up into a little ball, and just rolling from left to right so softly. If you have a full happy baby here, this might be a wonderful place to add that into your practice. But just a gentle rolling from left to right can make all the difference in the world. If you're in that happy baby, you might also decide to roll from left to right. Huh? Okay. If you're in a happy baby, you're going to meet us by grabbing your shins. And now let's all slowly pick the head up off the mat. Let's give ourselves one more hug for all the love, all the compassion, all the forgiveness, all the selflessness that we have inside. Taking a nice deep breath in, everybody. The exhale releases you to your final, yet most important posture of Shavasana. Making any final adjustments here so you can remain completely still for the next 5 minutes. Let's draw your awareness to the tip of the nose once again. Let's just notice, not controlling it, not straining. Let's notice in-breath through nose, out-breath through nose. Let's just start with that. Just noticing in-breath, out-breath. Let's see if we can bring a little more awareness to that movement of breath through the nose. I want you to see if you can tell the temperature difference between the inhale and exhale. Can you notice the coolness of your inhale through the nose and the slight warmth the body gives these? Noting the temperature difference through the nostrils. Slowly letting go of the idea of watching the breath at all. I want you to tap into that memory aspect part of your mind. I want you to recall a time in the mind where you were completely happy. This could have been 1 hour ago, 1 day ago, 1 week ago, 1 year ago, 10 years ago. But I want you to recall who was around you, the clothes they were wearing, the colors, the sounds. Recalling a time of happiness in the mind. Now. Very good. I want you now to tap into the creative imagination part of your mind. I want you to see if you can experience heaviness through the physical body. I want you to imagine the physical body's coming 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000 times heavier. So heavy you're sinking into the floor, so heavy you're sinking into the mat, earth. Experiencing heaviness through the physical body. Now. Very good. Staying with that creative imagination part of your mind, I want you to see if you can experience lightness through the physical body. I want you to imagine the physical body is becoming so light that you're floating off the mat. So light you're floating up like a cloud, up, 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 up. Experiencing lightness through the physical body. Now. Clearing the mind completely. I want you to let the stillness that's come over the physical body move into the emotional body. And I want you to use the next 60 seconds, I'm going to be here with you, to hear the truest wisdom of your heart. 60 seconds of silence. Slowly and gently beginning to wiggle all the fingers and all the toes. Let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose, everybody. Let's part the lips and exhale out. Bending the right knee and bringing the right foot to the mat. Bending the left knee and bringing the left foot to the mat. Rolling gently to your left side, and pausing for just a moment in the fetal curl. And then slowly, with no rush, I want you to push yourself up to back to a seated position, facing the front of your mat. Let's draw our hands into heart center. We'll seal our practice, and we'll call out so the grace of the universe touches us with her gentle hand on our foreheads, and send prayers out to all that need them on earth today, with the sound of a single Om together. Let's inhale deeply. Om. Releasing the head to the light and the lotus flower that always dwell within your heart. Nice. Thank you so much for participating on the summer solstice. Thank you to Chelsea Piers for putting this together, and all of you for doing something absolute straight out of your heart. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody. Absolutely beautiful. Remember, compassion is an amazingly strong thing. One of the best weapons to have in our toolbox, right? So let's move into this rest of the summer being compassionate, not only towards others, but towards ourselves. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Goodbye, everybody. Jamie, nice seeing you. Nice. Goodbye, everybody. Have a wonderful time. Dagny, make sure you check out it. Are you still in Amsterdam? Nice, beautiful. Good to see you from Amsterdam. Nice. Check out my Facebook page. I'll see you soon. There's a lot of stuff coming. Namaste, everybody. Amazing.